Hello, everyone. Don't know how many are you out there already, but having trouble putting up the link. So anyway, here I am. I'm yeah. It's been a bad month. It's been a tough year. First, I lost my mother back in March. Then I lost two of my sisters. A bad month. It's been a tough year. First, like I said, I lost two of my sisters in August, just 2 days apart. So
You have to pay for it?
Yes, so taxes will go up.
You still have to pay for it? I don't support that.
I have no clue what's going on there. So if anyone's there, whenever you're ready, let me try this again. Not letting me pin it. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming. Um, I guess I'll just have to put the post up once in a while so people can see it. Like I said, it was a bad couple of weeks there, real bad couple of weeks, but it's been a bad year. I did lose my mother back in March, and then I lost both my sisters. Well, not both. I have four. I had four sisters. I lost two sisters in August, uh, the 26th and the 28th. Uh, that's my two oldest sisters. Uh, I had I had three sisters older than me, so it was the two oldest of the family. I stayed with the third oldest when I was back home in Terre Haute, and I got to see my youngest sister, who's younger than I am, as well, and my cousins, some of my cousins. Uh, but yeah, it was tough. I'm still recuperating from the trip, still digesting the losses, still trying to work towards moving to the Philippines. Christina Vlogs, how you doing? Uh, right up there, you'll see there's a way to get up here if you want to come up. Uh, so I'm having trouble pinning that for some reason. I do not know why. It's not wanting to let me pin it. It says hit on it. It says report, go to channel, and block. And I don't want to do any of that. I want to pin it, and it won't let me do it. So I have no clue what's going on there. Yeah, I lost two sisters. I lost my oldest sister on the 26th, and then I lost my next to the oldest sister on the 28th. Now my second to oldest sister is the one that had the heart attack, had to have the blockage cleared, and then she also had to have a defibrillator attached to her. So when my brother-in-law called me to tell me about his wife, my oldest sister, I thought he was calling to tell me about my second to the oldest sister because she'd been really sick and was back in the hospital. And my oldest sister didn't go in the hospital till Monday night, and he called me Tuesday morning to let me know she passed. I didn't even know she was in the hospital, and so that really threw me for a loop. Uh, yes, my second to the oldest sister had a heart attack, uh, and then she had blockage. She high cholesterol runs in my family. I take care of mine, and I keep an eye on it, but she wasn't doing that. So she had a blockage, about a 90% blockage. Hey, Mertz, thank you for coming. And so anyway, uh, She had the heart attack. She had to have the blockage cleared, and then she had a stent put in her heart to keep another one. Hey, Michelle, from getting to her, and then they put a defibrillator on her. She had to wear that. If she allowed, she'd still be wearing it. She had to wear it to the end of September to make sure her heart was working properly. So anyway, she started having trouble. She was having a different kind of trouble. She had a perforated ulcer, which was causing her a lot of pain. And so she had to go to the emergency room. So I knew all about this, and we weren't sure if she was going to make it from what was going on. So like I said, when my brother-in-law called and told me about his wife, my oldest sister, that shocked me because she would have been recuperating and getting better. This is a sister that fell when we went home for our mother's listen to me, her funeral back in March. She flew to Indianapolis, was going to the car rental place to get her car, and she fell. And she wasn't able to make the funeral because she was in the hospital, and she'd been in and out of the hospital and rehabilitation centers since, But she seemed to be getting better, and she was living with her husband at a assisted living facility. I wish I could go sooner. I wish I could retire sooner. It really does make me want to retire. It really does make me want to go to the Philippines as quickly as I can. But there again, I got to make sure I got the money. I have enough money to set myself up for a month or two. Jerry, if you want to come up, I don't know why I'm having trouble with this, but for some reason, I cannot get it pinned to the top. So if you want to come up, Jerry, there's the link. And it will not let me pin it. And I do not know why. And I have no clue why it won't let me pin it. Let me see what. Let me do this real quick. Oh, I see why. All right. I just figured out why, guys. I'm on the. I happen to be. All right. Now it won't let me go up. Having all kinds of trouble, guys. But anyway, we'll get this figured out here in a little bit. But yeah, so I been tough. I'm still recuperating from the trip. Going home for my sister Ruth Ann's birthday. That's the one that was in Terre Haute. All right, Jerry, give me a moment. I got to put my earbud in.
Right.
So I can hear you better and not have a. There we go. So I won't have the feedback. All right, now I can hear you. Want to talk?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah. It took a minute for the earbud to connect. And so trying to finally let me do it. Finally let me so now I'll be able to pin that to the top here in just a second. And let's see if I see it. But yeah, anytime you want to talk about something, Jerry, just go right ahead. I'm just
That's fine. I'll be here a little bit. I won't be here too long. And
well. I know you'll be able to stay longer once we have the time change.
yeah,
And
back
be
in
an hour earlier. It'll be an hour earlier because I'm going to keep
November.
the same time in the Philippines. So
Yeah.
it'll be 7:00 my time, which will make it 6, I believe, yours.
I got my it'll be 6 because we'll be 14 hours behind the Philippines.
and I'll be 13. So, like I said, so instead of being 7, it'll be 6:00 your time.
Yep.
Once we have the time change. But
I got
Mike was asking me because I lost my 2 sisters, 2 of my sisters. I have 4. If it made me want to retire and go to the Philippines sooner, and yes, it does. But I still got to make sure I got the money and all that. Hey, Sammy, how you doing? Welcome. And you are invincible here. I didn't see you, Sammy. She said, I'm invisible here. Bye. I'm sorry, Sammy. I didn't see you when you came in. I was having trouble with some other things. Sammy, if you want to come up, you can come up if you're still there. I'm sorry, I just didn't see. I was having trouble with getting my link up. I have 2 phones, and both of my phones were on my Ninja channel. And I didn't realize I hadn't switched to one phone back to my main channel. And I was trying to pin the invite up to the top of the, and it wouldn't do it. And I couldn't figure out why until I finally thought, well, wait a minute. And I looked, and that's what was going on. So Sammy, I'm sorry I missed you. I did. I was on the. Sammy, what was happening? If you're still there, I was. I don't know who hates you, but they can hate themselves. As far as I'm concerned, you're a good friend to me, so we don't care. But I had my phone on, both my phones were on my Ninja channel. And so I had to be on my main channel to pin it. And I didn't realize I wasn't. So that was what was taking so long. Hey, Lorraine, thank you for coming, and thank you for all your support as well. It's just like I said, it was a very tough time frame from the 26th of August till the 5th of September, even longer. But I mean, the funeral was on the visitation for my sister Ruth Ann was September 4th. The funeral for my sister Wanda, who was the oldest one, was on that Friday. The visitation was the Friday the 29th, and the funeral was the 30th of August. So the end of August and 1st of September, very tough time for myself and my family. The surviving members of my family. Because like I said, I'm down to just 2 sisters now. At one time, there were 7 kids. And I lost both my brothers years ago. And now I just lost 2 of my sisters very close together. And I lost my mother back in March. So, but my mom got her wish. She did not wish to live to be 100. She was 99 in almost 2 months. So she got her wish. She didn't live to see 100. So, like I said, it is what it is. And we all have lost loved ones or were young and have, anybody that's reached, I say probably 30, if not in their 20s, has lost somebody they love. I lost grandparents when I was in my teens. I've lost my father in my 20s. My oldest brother in my 30s. So it's just what happens in life. We just pray that they got right with God and they're in heaven, and that we'll be right with God when we go, and we'll be able to see Him again. That's all we can really do. If they were suffering, we have to be happy they're no longer suffering. So these are things we have to, think about, things we have to take care of. But like I said, I want this to be more of a celebration. I know it's the Burr months in the Philippines, which is the start of the Christmas season. And so I hope everybody in the Philippines are enjoying setting up for Christmas. I know a lot of Filipinos in other countries are starting to celebrate as well because it's the tradition from where they're from. There's this one girl that's she posted on my one of my Facebook accounts, and she was talking about putting up her Christmas tree, and she's in United Kingdom, and she's been there for a few years, but she was posted about putting up her Christmas tree already, and how a lot of people in United Kingdom find it strange, but she doesn't care because it's her tradition.
Yep.
Mike, I do not want to work. No. I've worked. I'll be 72 this Tuesday, the 16th. And I got my first real job at 15. Of course, I got fired from that job at 15. But I got my next job. I was 16, and I've been working pretty much since. Well, unless I was in college. There was a time in college I didn't work, and maybe a time or two besides that. If you add it all up together, out of the, what would that be, 55 years, I worked at least 52 of them, if not 53. Because like I said, there was a time period when I was in college I didn't work. I just, although college could be considered work, I got paid to go, but I didn't get any Social Security out of that. So yeah, it's I truly am looking forward. I just set up my bank account. Hey, I've talked about this, that I just set up my USAA Federal Savings Bank account today. Yeah, I may look into seeing if I can get burial at sea when I get over there. I thought about that, see what it would take to get, when I pass away, just to get buried at sea. Because I'm not going to have my body brought back to the States. It's just not going to happen. So it'll either be cremation or burial at sea. So we'll have to figure that out when I get over there. But like I said, I just set up my USAA Federal Savings Bank and applied for their credit card. Because their credit cards, if you use overseas, there is no charge for using an out-of-network ATMs. And they will reimburse me up to $10 a month for ATM fees from the other ATMs. So, hey, Danny, how you doing, man? Come on up if you want. Keep me and Jerry company. But so, like I said, I got my USAA Federal Savings Bank account set up. I deposit. I'm not going to say how much. You had to deposit at least $25. Suffice it to say, it was more than that. So I got that set up. I'll be putting money in it every month, just to make sure it's active, and keep it going. And right now, that is my savings account, although it's a checking account. It's my savings account for the Philippines. Once I get that up to where I want that at, I'll probably put the rest of the money into my other bank account that my Social Security goes into. So, we're going to have, we're setting ourselves up so I can live off that money I have saved and with the money coming in from Social Security. And so I'm not going to spend my whole Social Security account. I have no plans to do that. If that means I can't stay in Cebu, that means I can't stay in Cebu. I got to have money for emergencies, such as medical emergencies, what I'm talking about. And if something happens that I have to go back to the United States, I got to have the money to pay for that. So you got to have extra money. You got to have an emergency fund. And that's what I'm building on. I got the money to set myself up. I do have that money. But now we got to get, I want a sizable emergency fund. I may decide that I'll take less than what I was planning on. We'll see. Winnie, how you doing? Welcome back. Anybody that wants to come up can come up. The link's at the top. So like I said, I just wanted to wish all the people of the Philippines and all the Filipinos that celebrate the Burr Month in another country. Happy Burr Month. It is a good time of year. I happen to like Christmas, but I prefer, because of our holidays, not to start celebrating Christmas till after Thanksgiving, which is in November. But like I said, I do like Christmas. Well, happy blessed Sunday to you, Winnie. Here where I'm at, it's Saturday night. I will start my live streams at 8 o'clock Sunday morning in the Philippines, no matter what time it is here, because I like to keep it more convenient for the people in the Philippines, because a lot of my people that come into the chat are in the Philippines. So I try to keep it convenient for them. Oh, okie dokie. Hey, at least you know some of our, hey, Daz, I don't want to miss saying hi to you either. But yeah, you got one of our little sayings down there, pretty good. What's it showing? I can't. Oh, there it is. It's showing about 90.
Yeah, it's 90
right?
and about 90. Let me know about 80, 85, between 85 and 88.
All right. I'm going to say, look, I knew it was above 80. I couldn't tell exactly where
Yeah,
it
it's
was
above
at.
80.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
The
90s. That's
yeah,
90
I
right
see that
here.
now. All right. I was looking at the 30, thinking that was
That's
90.
because this thing is right here next to the screen and the door. And it's, of course, it's outdoors.
Okay.
We didn't get any rain today.
As far as I know, we didn't. It did cloud up some, but I'm going to be honest about it here. I was lazy today. The only time I left my apartment, I walked down and got my mail and walked back up. And that's the only thing I did today. I've been sitting around the apartment, watching some TV, getting on my YouTube channel, answering the messages, and just taking it easy today. Now tomorrow I'll have to do some running, and then Monday I also have some errands I got to run. I got to go to the VA on Monday. Yeah, Larry was being Larry. That's it. I just being myself. But yeah, I got to go to the VA on Monday to get the second shot for hepatitis B to make me immune to it. They told me I was already immune to hepatitis A, and there is no shot for hepatitis C. I would get that shot as well. I'm going to have to make some appointments with the Department of Health to get some of the other shots and find out if I should get the rabies shot before I go or not. Maybe.
Where do you get that one?
I would have to get. I can't get that through the VA. It'd have to be for me. I think it'd have to be the Department of Health here in
Okay.
New York.
Yeah, because like CVS doesn't have it. My doctor doesn't have it, and
No,
I went to a county clinic here in my hometown. They don't have it.
Yeah, they say that's one's a little more exotic. So I would have to go to the Department of Health, or they could tell me where to get it. The VA doesn't do it.
It's easier to get It's easier to get all those shots after you get bitten by a dog than it is to try to prevent it.
Well, that's what I just want to talk to them and see what they suggest I should get. Let them know where I'm going. And hey, Minnie, how you doing? And like I said, we got Michelle Life here too, Jerry. But
Michelle from Cebu.
yeah, Michelle. That's Michelle Life. That's her channel
Yep.
name, Michelle Life.
She got some. I like seeing her shorts, short videos.
Yeah, she's got a lot of shorts, mostly about nursing.
Yep, nursing.
Are bonding with friends. And then there's some where she's in a vehicle, sightseeing or going to work or school. But yeah, I watch her videos too. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Minnie. And so yeah, it's like I said, it's good to be back. Like I said, I could have did one last week, but I would have been in a bad mood. I would have been not a bad mood, a sad mood. I would have been worn out because I got back. It was a good little drive that day. I got home probably around 5:30. So I drove about 7 hours. I was on the road. So I was tired. Still, getting over just burying my second sister. And I knew that was going to be the case. That's why I decided I wasn't going to do one on the 6th. Hey, Emmeline Uchio. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but hello. And Emmeline, if you want to advertise your channel, just type in 3 L's and my Nightbot drops it for you. But so yeah, we're just like I said, I'm so happy I finally set up the USAA Federal Savings Bank account because it's the one, like I said, that I'm going to use the most when I'm over in the Philippines because of how easy it is to use. I use their international credit card. If I pay that off every month, which is what I plan on doing, there's no interest. And if they're on it, plus there's no charge using it internationally, they don't charge me a fee for using it that way. And like I was saying earlier, if I use an out-of-network ATM, there will be a up to $10 a month reimbursed to me for those charges by the other ATMs. I thought about the Navy Federal Credit Union. I don't know if I discussed this or not. They had actually had a decent, better than the other credit cards I had. I mean, they would only charge me $1 for using an ATM out of network. And the Navy Federal Credit Union has a few branches in the Philippines. But that'd probably be like in Subic Bay area, maybe Manila. I would be limited to where those were at. And they did not reimburse the ATM fees from other ATMs. And so I decided to go with the bank, the federal banking, because of the reimbursement and no charge at all. And so, Diosa, how you doing, Diosa? And I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. If I'm not, please forgive me. Hello, Maris. Thank you for coming.
Should be Diosa.
Diosa?
Well, in Spanish, it's called Diosa.
All right. Well, I'll go with Diosa.
Yeah,
that'd be close.
Should be because it's it should be about close. This is similar to Spanish.
Yeah, and we got Maris here as well. Mintz is back in. Hey, everybody! Thank you for coming. But so yeah, like I said, that really made me happy that I got that done. And believe me, it took a while. It's all done over the phone, and I had, because I was doing more than one. I was applying for the banking account, the checking account, and the credit card. I spent well over an hour on the phone today with them. And I had thought about doing it at work. And I thought, well, no, they'll probably want, how I want to set it up. And I'd probably need my checkbooks with me, which I didn't have at work. So I'm glad I really waited till I got home and took care of it. Because they did need my checking account information because I'm transferring money from one checking account to them. And I didn't transfer the whole amount. I didn't even transfer half of it, but I did transfer a bit. And later on, like I said, each month I'm going to transfer money to them. How quick I take the money out of my Social Security account, that will be a little while first. Let's get. I thought about going to the office and just canceling my one credit card, not credit card, banking account, checking account, and transferring all that into this one. But then I'd have to go in. I got some auto pays that come out. I'd have to, so I don't get my bank information for like 7 days, where I'll get my checkbook and all, because a lot of these places are going to want to cancel check. Like I got one, my car payment is auto pay, and it's out of my working account. So if I wanted to transfer that, I'd have to go to their bank, take in a canceled check, and have them start taking it out of this other account. And I just don't know if I want to do that. I think I'll just keep 3 accounts for a short period of time. One to pay my bills, the living bills, the other one to pay a couple other bills, and then this one to build up the savings, and build up the savings in the other one as well. Although I may take some money out of there later and transfer it over. I thought about doing that, but it's like, let's wait till we build that one up a little more. So, yeah, like I said, I do have the money to. If I went over right now, I could live off what I got for, get myself an apartment, set it up for, which you have to have a 1 month down for that month. Usually you have to have a 1 month payment for a, oh, come on. The fee, the fee in case anything happens to it, they need to repair it. And sometimes they want the person,
damage?
Yeah, but that's not what they call it. But yeah, it's security fee. A security fee. You usually want a 1 month, and sometimes first and last month plus security fee. Sometimes it's just the first month and the security fee. But I have enough money that if I need to, I could do that and have the money to survive that first month. Right now, I mean, I have all that. So, like I said, I can go over there and set myself up without problems. But I got to have that money up front anyway. So that's something I had to have. And so I'm trying to get now the money back for emergencies. Hey, Tim, thank you for coming, man. Marianne, thank you for coming. We appreciate it. So we're, like I said, we're just happy that it's the Burr months. This Tuesday, I hit 72 for those of you that don't know it. I'm not a young man. I mean, I don't look real old, but I don't act real old either. But I am 72. I'll be 72 this Tuesday, the 16th. I'm not one bit ashamed of that. Beats the alternative. But yeah, it's like I said, I'm just ready to retire. And I mean, with the passing of 2 of my sisters, and not so much my mother, because like I said, she was 99 and she was ready to go. But my sisters, they'd both been retired for a few years. And, it's just, matter of fact, all 4 of my sisters have been retired already. My youngest sister, she retired from her full-time job at 55, but she worked part-time until she was 62, and she's 64 now. So she's been fully retired for 2 years. My sister, Alta, who's the one I stayed with for my sister Ruth Ann's funeral and visitation, she retired at 55, and she will be, and she's not worked since then, and she will be 76 in December. So she's been retired a nice long time.
Yep.
And so, I envy them in the fact that they were smart enough to set themselves up to do it. It's nobody's fault but mine that I didn't do that. I shouldn't say I envy them in that I wish I did it and that I regret that they did it. That's not what I mean. I mean that they were smart. They took the right jobs. they made sure they saved the money they need to save, and all that. And so, I would rather be envious than jealous because I don't want what they, I want them to have a good life. Hey, Charmaine, how you doing? And I'm happy for them. But, I kind of wish I'd thought better. My youngest sister tried to talk me into getting a job with her. Now, I wouldn't have been able to retire at 55 like she did, but I would have been able to retire at 62 and been in pretty good shape. And I might have went ahead and worked till 67 anyway. She worked for, oh, bless it, I know the term is just like social services, but it's welfare department. I knew it would come to me. She worked for the welfare department. Yeah, she had a government job. It didn't pay that well back when she was trying to talk me into doing it. I made almost as much money in security as she did. I would have made a little more, but I was like, do I really want to do that work? And I wasn't thinking about down the road when there was going to be, hey, Melinda, when there was going to be the retirement, the benefits. I wasn't thinking about all that stuff. I was still in my 30s back then. And, I wasn't thinking about retiring at all. I mean, to be perfectly honest about it, I didn't think I'd live long enough to retire. I just, back then, just started slowing back on my partying in my wild days. I didn't really slow completely down until I was in my late 40s. I was living out here in New York, not back in Indiana when I really slowed down. I slowed down some gradually, but to where I am now, I was in my 60s to get back to where I am now, where I only have a drink once in a while. Actually, I was probably in my mid to late 50s but I slow back like I am now. I was in my late 60s, where now I go a year or two without a drink. And I don't get drunk. I just have a drink or two and that's it. If I'm with the right people, I'll drink something, but that's it. I don't even, but like I said, when in my teens, 20s, 30s, and early 40s, I got drunk. I mean, I got drunk quite a bit. And so, like I said, I got my wild oats out when I was young. But at that time, I wouldn't bet that I'd see 60. I mean, I was, like I said, I was a little nutty as far as drinking. I did drink and drive. So, I just didn't think I'd make it. So I never planned on retiring. And also, my father went on total disability at 47. And he would tell me, if I was faking this, he's talking about the injury that caused him to retire, his sickness. He goes, I could enjoy this. He's talking about staying home and being with the family and doing things. He says, but because, he was sick, he wasn't enjoying it. It wasn't fun at all. And he retired at 47 on total disability. So I was thinking, I might as well enjoy my life now because there's no guarantee you're going to get to retirement. And so that's what I did. And when my father went on total disability, I was a teenager. I was about 12 years old, maybe 13, and that was it. I was that young.
Yeah.
So it really affected how I thought about life. And so it took me a long time to get over that. Because my father was my hero when I was a kid. And he was the strongest man I knew. I still don't know anybody that was stronger than my father when he was healthy. He stood about 6'3", 6'4", weighed about 258. He could pick up one of my uncles who was over 200 and set him on top of the car and just tell him to be quiet because he was tired of standing. Somebody had just picked him up and set him on top of the roof of a car. Here, have a seat. Like I said, he was strong as an ox, but he lifted something wrong, and that was it. He never worked another day. He went from 258 down to 150 in 3 months.
Damn, that's a big difference.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm 12 years old, maybe 13 when that happened. So like I said, it really affected my way of thinking. And so, yeah, it was. Cindy, how you doing, Cindy? Thank you for coming. ABC, Cindy, EFG. That's Cindy B. And so, like I said, and when I was younger, I never wanted to get married because, like I said, I was a jerk. I was a drunk. And if I'd have married a good woman, which, if you're going to get married, you want to marry a good woman, should have shot me or divorced me in 6 months. I was that much of a a-hole, for those of you that know what I'm saying. And I mean, I would have cheated on her or something within 6 months. I knew that about me. So that's why I never really wanted to run around with the good women. I ran around with the wrong kind of women for a long time. And that kind of set me up for failure later on in life. But like I said, I didn't want to hurt anybody. So that's, if you go out with these kind of women, they're running around on you too if you run around. So they don't have the right to get mad at you. But yeah, it's a tough thing to go through. We all go through a loss. My oldest sister was like a second mother to me. So it was really tough on me. My mom had a miscarriage between myself and my younger brother. And she was very depressed. And my oldest sister, who was only 10 years older than me, was my surrogate mother, because if I needed something, she took care of it. If I needed my diapers changed, she did it. She made sure that I, was taken care of, because my mom spent a lot of time in bed, depressed and not wanting to do anything. And my dad, who was a truck driver, used to drive cross country. Well, because my mom, the way she was, he came off cross country and took a job driving local, so he could be home every night and have the weekends off to help out with us kids, until my mom had my younger brother. And then he went back on the road cross country. I was 5 at that time. So, like I said, for a good 3 to 4 years, I don't know when my mom had a miscarriage. My sister was the one that took care of me. And so I was very close with her. And yeah. But let's get on to better things. So how you doing, Jerry? What you been up to? I see you got your cat, your friend's cat there.
Yeah, the family cat. No, I'm waiting for the quarter of the chickens to come in and then lock it up. I'm going to go to Mexico in the morning.
Okay. Well, that's right. You're off on Sundays and Wednesdays.
I'm off for now because they're going to change their schedules and come January.
Okay.
We were informed back in August. They said everybody's schedule is going to change.
Okay, but you're still going to the Philippines in December, right?
Yeah, I got last week. I was notified. I had not the payroll, the team that handles like the approvals of time off. When you submit a vacation day and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They suggested, why don't you just request I have 2 weeks of vacation, so that's already approved. They said, why don't you just request PTO, pay time off using your sick hours for the other 2 weeks, or 1 1/4, 3/4. And then it went to the HR, and then HR, it was kind of ridiculous. The HR person told me, you need to, before you submit this, before you book a flight, you need to go and let us know first. Said if I book a flight in November, do you know how expensive that's going to be versus in March?
Yeah. The farther out you book, in other words, if you book now for December, it'll be cheaper than if you booked in November.
Yeah. She told me, but she said I'm still gonna submit it to the managers, and then I got the email on Thursday to let me know. No, on Friday to let me know it got approved. So the lady was trying to help on a Zoom meeting. Zoom.
Yeah, I know Zoom.
Virtual? Yeah, you know how
Yeah.
he was trying
I've done
to
a
say,
Zoom,
you know
I've
what?
done a
This,
Zoom before, but I don't care for it.
no, it's just stuff. Some stuff is okay, but
Yeah.
it's like stuff like
Well,
this
I
discussing.
know, but the VA asked me if I wanted to do Zoom on some of the doctor's visits. It's like, no, I want to go in. I want to talk to the guy. I don't want to on
Yeah,
Zoom. I'm just not that comfortable. And give me a minute, Hannah, Jane, and Leah. Thank you for coming. I did notice you. I just wanted to say hi to you guys. And Christina Vlogs is still here. We appreciate that. And
yeah.
those
Some
of
of
you
the
that have channels, if you want to drop in 3Ls, LLL, my Nightbot will drop your channel link. All right, Jerry, go ahead.
no, some of the stuff is just easier to talk to somebody physically be there. And I told her, you know
All
what?
right.
Instead of being in the Zoom,
Yeah.
are you working Monday? She said because they it's damn, I forgot the damn word. Where you go in certain days a week, part time of the
Yeah.
week you go into the office, and then the other days I forget the damn word. But
Yeah. You
yeah,
work
she
from
said
home.
there's a technical word, but I forgot. So I said
Yeah.
no,
It's remote work.
remote. Yeah, remote. And she said I'll be there. I said it's better for me to talk to you here in person than trying to do this in a Zoom and trying to okay, let's look at a calendar and
Yeah. Well, like
so
I
that
said, I
way.
gotta. I just prefer in person when I'm talking
Well,
to
yeah,
somebody.
certain stuff
If it's one on one, I prefer in person.
depends on what it is. If it's something where a supervisor is gonna like for me, okay, this is what you did wrong here, or this is what you did good. Sign here, and it's just easier to do it on your own because you can finish it in a few minutes.
Yeah. Well, I'm just
But
saying. No, I mean, let's say you, me, and a couple other people, we need to talk about something. It may be easier to do Zoom because of our locations and all that. But if it's going to be somebody that I see every day anyway at work, or somebody I could easily drive to see, I just as soon drive to see them or see them at work and not do it on Zoom.
yeah, it's just easy. It's best, and that's what I'm gonna do on Monday. So that way we can discuss what days I'm going to use vacation, what days I'm gonna use sick days, personal days.
Yeah.
So that way it
Okay.
doesn't get in fact, with one of my very first day, I got denied because I submitted it 2 hours late. But now
Okay.
that it got approved, I can submit it. Then that's the day after Black Friday. So I need to make sure submit it properly because I want to get paid those 16 hours for the holiday.
Yeah. Well, I could have got paid because of the emergency. I could have put it in and asked to be paid for the time off that I took for my sister's, funerals. But I just took it as paid time off. I mean, unpaid time. I just took it as unpaid time. But just give it to me off. I took the whole week off. They say they'll give you 3, but they gave me more than that. Because, like I said, I took on a couple days for my sister, but I took like 4 days, 5 days for my other sister because I had to go to Terre Haute. I took 4 days for her, and because I have Mondays off anyway, so I took Tuesday through Friday off, and I just said, give it to me unpaid. I thought about taking it as paid time off, but it's like, no, I'll just save that because, like you said, we got Thanksgiving coming up.
Yep.
We got Christmas and New Year's coming up. Plus, who knows? I may want a 4-day weekend in there somewhere. Because
Yeah, well, I'm working.
I only got about a week. Well, I'll build up more time, but right now I only got about a week worth of paid time off, and I'll build up another week or two by the time I retire. So I'll take some time, and it's just when do I take it? And it's like I like I said I don't want to say I'm not hurting for money because I'm not, but I don't want to say I don't need any. I do need the money for my retirement, but I just preferred the time off so I could have more time, later. I'll take some time later as paid, and so we'll see how things go that way.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm ready for that. Hoping to meet Tux, and hopefully Charmaine will be there
Yeah.
that first week that I arrive. The following week.
You said Charmaine?
Yeah, Charmaine, because he also lives in the same area of Tux.
No, Charmaine, you still in the chat? Because if you are, we'll see. Jerry can maybe tell us when he's going to be there, and you can still let us know if you're going to be there. But,
yeah, because that first week I'll be in Laguna, and the second week I'll be in Pangasinan. Oh, Pangasinan and Baguio.
Yeah, like I said, everybody knows I plan on going to Cebu first.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, talking about that, we got a new guy just started part time where I work, and that's all he wants. He just retired. He's 63. He just retired, and but he's only working 25 hours a week. He says that's all he really wants. His girlfriend's got to work 3 more years. And
that's
I was
good.
talking to him about, Aileen, how you doing, Aileen? I was talking to him, and he said he had thought about going to the Philippines as well. And his girlfriend has talked about wanting to go somewhere else besides where they're living. They both want to get away from the snow. So I gave him a few bloggers that they could check out. And so who knows? I may end up seeing him over there in a couple of years after I go over. And then out of the blue last night, a guy I used to work with up in Rochester when I was working at Delphi, a guard there, contacted me last night, and we had a chat on Messenger. And I mentioned, he asked me how I was doing. I was telling him okay and all this other stuff. And I told him I was still working, but I'm looking forward to retiring next year and going to the Cebu, Philippines, Cebu City. He goes, he said, I'll something about he'd have to come visit. And I said, well, I look forward to it. And he goes, me too. So who knows? He may come over and visit me after I get over there. But like I said, I worked with this guy for a while, and we joked around a lot, how some of us Americans are, some people might think, huh?
Yeah, nobody that I know personally likes the Philippines, so I'm the only one.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, I've had some people tell me they might come visit me, but I don't know of anybody that wants to move over there, except for, like I said, the guy I just met. He's talking about it because, once again, the way he talks, he's going to be living off his Social Security. Now, he may have more than I got, but it's easier to live off your Social Security overseas or down in South America somewhere than it is to live here in the States on your Social Security if you're on the lower end, which I am. I'm not at the lowest end, but I'm on the lower end. I'm not on the upper end.
Yeah, the rent alone is what'll kill you.
Oh, I can go and live in Cebu right now and pay for my furnished apartment, pay for my electricity, pay for my internet, pay for my phones and stuff, and probably buy most of, at least my groceries for what I'm paying for my rent here. Now, I have people here are shocked at how little I'm paying for my rent. There's people that, pay a whole lot more than I do. But like I said, I live in a decent apartment, but it's older. It's an older place. And when I told them what I'm paying, they said, you really can't find that around here. And I said, well, you won't be able to find it where I'm at now anymore because new people have bought it and they're going in. And when somebody moves out, they remodel the whole place and make it a lot nicer, and they're charging a lot more money for it.
Yeah,
so that's what'll happen when I move out. But right now, they can only raise my rent so much each year. So my rent will go up again, but because I will. Right now, I'm leaning on staying. I'm looking at staying a couple more months. I may get sick and tired of it and say I'm not doing it. At the end of March, I'm done. I'll go visit my sister and family back in Indiana, and then I'm getting the heck up out of here. But right now, I'm thinking about working April and May as well and leaving in June. That's what I'm thinking about. I still have to make that final decision. And Pierre, how you doing, Pierre? Sorry, I didn't see you come in. So that's what I'm thinking. That's something I got to think about. And then I'll also have to find a mailbox for a virtual mailbox and change some things on that. I told the USAA Federal Banking that I was retiring next year and I'm going to the Philippines. I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be there. A month, a year, who knows? Because I don't. I mean, I plan on being there a lot longer than a month. I plan on being there hopefully forever.
Yeah.
But I may get over there and decide, hey, I can't handle this. And I'm not talking about the heat. I mean, although the heat I think I'd get adjusted to the heat. I'm not too worried about the heat. What I'm worried about is, can I handle the not in stock? Can I handle the poverty? That kind of stuff. And like I was telling the guy from work, I said, you get somewhere, you may decide you don't like that, but that doesn't mean you can't go somewhere else and decide you like that. Because that's what I plan on doing. If I decide I don't like Cebu, I don't plan on going back home. I plan on going and checking out some other places. Other places I've seen videos on that, like Iloilo, Dumaguete, Davao, Ormoc, or Bye, someplace over there in Leyte. There's some places in Leyte that would be worth looking at. But there's also some places on Luzon, up close to Manila, and there's down south from Manila. And there's some places that I wouldn't mind checking out. So like I said, I don't plan on going over there and say, yep, this city's not for me. I'm going home. This place stinks. The whole Philippines, no. It's like coming to the States and going to the Northwest and saying the whole country's like this. I'm out of here. Or going to the West Coast, like California and that area in there, going, man, this place is bad. The weather's nice, but God, it's a stink hole. Or going to Texas, say, man, there's nothing there unless you get into large cities. The whole country's got to be like this. No.
Yeah, and just Texas, West Texas is so contrast to East Texas, piney woods versus the mountains and desert.
So I'm saying, I mean, you can't judge a whole island by one city either.
Nope.
Hey, Seth Bucci, how you doing, Seth? Thanks for coming. So like I said, I mean, I know that. I know that from our country because remember now, I'm from the Midwest. I lived in Indiana and Illinois. I stayed in Pennsylvania. I lived now in New York City. I've been in California in the Navy, and I was up in Washington State in the Navy. I know each area is different. I've been there. I've done that. I mean, none of these places where I was there just for a week or two. California, I was there for 5 years. Washington State, over a year and a half. I lived in Illinois for 2 years. I was raised in Indiana, and I've been out here in New York State for almost 26 years. I moved out here take that back, almost 30 years. I moved out here in 96. I was up in Rochester area for about 24 years, and the rest of it's been down here. About 25 years in Rochester, and the rest of it down here. So about 25 years in Rochester and almost 5 years down here. So, and I know New York is different because you go up to Rochester, Buffalo area, they get a lot more snow than we get down here where I'm at. And so, like I said, you can't judge it by that. You got to judge each area differently. And it's just like women. No two women are really alike. They have some differences and they got some similarities. But you can't judge all women by a couple women. Yeah. It's just, it doesn't make sense to do that. Just like women shouldn't judge all men by, a couple men. because we're not the same. And we have a lot of similarities. Most of us like sports, but not everybody. I know a guy who liked hunting and fishing, but he didn't like any ball sports at all.
Yep, I've known quite a few guys, actually a
Yeah.
lot, that are avid anglers and fisher and hunters, but talk about football and stuff like nope.
Yeah. So I've known a few guys that way. Most of the people I know like football. There's some that love
Yeah.
soccer, some that hate basketball, some that love it.
Garden and
Baseball.
fishing, right?
Myself personally, I prefer going to a baseball game than watching it on TV. I find it boring on TV most of the time. It's a game that if you're there, you can see all the nuances, and you know the game. It's a lot more interesting than watching it on TV because what do they show you on TV? Most of the time, the pitcher, the batter, and the catcher, and that's it.
Yep.
And there's a whole lot more to baseball than that. You got to watch what the outfield's doing. What about the infield? Are they moving over? Are they staying closer to the base? Because they're anticipating what the batter's going to do, and they adjust where they're at accordingly. Is this guy a pole hitter? Is this guy, straight away? Is this all that comes into play? And you can see it as you watch it. It's still a boring game, even if you're there, but it's much more enjoyable if you're there. To me, when it's late, like 6th, 7th inning, and the pitcher's got a no-hitter going, I enjoy watching that game and seeing if he can get it. But I'm not a big baseball fan.
Yeah.
Besides, I'm a Cubs fan, and they know.
Cubbies.
No, I root for. Hey, RD, how you doing, man? Thanks, RD, for coming from LV.
You can see
I
how
got
dark
her
it
up
is
on
here.
I got
I got-
LV up on my TV.
Yeah, she's been doing earlier live streams now. Before she used to do them really late.
Yeah. Well, sometimes she does 2 in one day, once in a while.
Oh, okay.
And but I got her up on my TV. I got her live stream playing there. It's doing more of a silent live stream, although she'll post and stuff. So she's probably working on something and just
Has it there.
yeah. So, but like I said, I got her up on my TV.
I found those kind of
like-
boring. I don't see them. The silent ones.
Yeah. Well, it depends. If there's a lot of conversation going back and forth, they're not so bad.
No.
If you're sitting there and there's not much conversation, I'm with you.
No,
I'm
but if
just
it's just
on
like
her.
somebody sleeping or if it's just nobody there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, she just posted something again. So
Mhm.
there's people doing posting
Okay.
and stuff. But
Yeah, I'm gonna. It's
not as
time for
much
me
as I
to.
would. Time for you to get ready for bed?
Yeah, just about because I'm gotta go to the bank in the morning, and then
Yeah.
from there I go to the go to Mexico. And then from there
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the nature park.
Do some
it's a busy-
videos.
Busy
Yes,
first part of Sunday.
Yeah. Now you're feeding the Javelinas.
The javelinas.
Javelinas. Are
Yeah.
you going to be feeding them
Yeah,
tomorrow?
I already put the feed in the truck, and hopefully it doesn't rain tonight.
Well, put a tarp over it.
Yeah, no, last time I put it inside the truck, but it was just so much feed,
Yeah.
and this I got them in bags and 50-pound bags, but then I
Yeah.
split it into 10 pounds here, 15 there, so they're not that heavy.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I never
50-pound
showed it.
bag.
Yeah,
It'd be a good little haul for a 50-pound bag to get to where you feed them.
oh, that's way too much feed. They would. I don't throw that much. I don't even throw 25. It's usually like
Okay.
between 10 and about 15 pounds.
Yeah.
What I throw there because if they don't need it there, then they'll come back in the evening and finish it.
All right. That's good.
It's
If the
just way
birds
too
don't
much.
get to it.
Yeah, no, the birds have. No, that's way too much feed. The beef is corn and whole corn. And the other birds prefer peanut butter.
Yeah, I know the peanut butter. The birds like the peanut butter. Hello, John. Thank you for coming.
Yes, for time
I-
for me to go. I'm going to Mexico in the morning.
All right. You enjoy your trip to Mexico. Enjoy your breakfast.
Yeah, I always do.
I know you'll post it and make me hungry.
Right? Yeah, a good Mexican meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I usually get a burrito from Moe's. It's better than Taco Bell. But
oh yeah, Taco
they
Bell
got
is
a,
not.
yeah, they got a new Mexican restaurant here that opened up where Denny's used to be. I'm gonna have to try that one out sometime.
See if
And
they got the taquitos or the tacos.
yeah, but like I said, I don't know. This one looks like it may be authentic Mexican. We'll find out. There is one that I go to occasionally. I went to the last year for my birthday. I went and had a sit down meal at that Mexican restaurant. It seemed to be mostly Mexicans, you know,
Oh, that's good.
working.
If you see,
And it was good food. It was good food.
yep.
And I didn't make the Mexican restaurant back in Terre Haute this trip.
Oh, okay. Yes, I wanted to
Well,
try to go every.
I try to go there every time I go home, but like I said, I was home for a whole different reason this time.
Yeah.
I spent most of my time with my sister Alta, the one I stayed with. My sister Ruth Ann was her roommate. They'd lived together for about 30 years. So,
Wow.
like I said, my brother-in-law lost his life companion of 59 years. And then my sister Alta lost her confidant, her friend, her sister, and her partner in crime, because they were almost always doing things together, of over 30 years. So I tried to stay with her and spend some time with her. And the nice thing about it is my cousin George, who's my age, told my sister, now, Abby G, I don't know if this is the same Abby G I know or not. Because she normally spells hers G-E-E, and this is G-H-E. Abby, are you the same Abby G that spelled it with just two E's and no H? Because if you are, I'll give you a wrench. But
All right, Larry. So I'm signing off.
all right, man. Take care.
Likewise, you take care and good night.
All right, have a good night's sleep.
Likewise. Let me see how I turn this off. I don't remember. Let's see. I guess I'm just gonna close it here. Take care.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
But I'm gonna leave that picture up. He's not gonna be talking, but that's all right. I'll remove him later. So anyway, how long have I been going? Oh, it's been going over an hour. Surprised me, went quick. Now, if anybody else wants to come up at the top, there's a StreamYard.com thing. Come on up. We'll talk about whatever you want. But yeah, just to show you all, I whacked my hair off today. I did it myself. I usually cut my hair short for the winter months. I decided to go ahead and do it now instead of waiting until later. The reason why I do this is it makes it easier to take care of things during the winter, because I'll get up in the morning, and if I have to go out and clean my snow off my car, it makes it a lot simpler if I don't have to worry about my hair. So it just, it's not that I want my hair short all the time. It's not. It's just, as a single man, that's getting a little personal, I guess, but I usually take my shower. Anna G, how you doing, Anna G? I usually take my shower in the morning as a single person. It doesn't bother anybody because it doesn't bother me. And like I said, that works fine during the warmer months, like April through October, November, somewhere in there. Well, actually, starting in October, you got to worry about snow. So if I got to worry about snow, it's better to take the shower at night. So when I get up in the morning, I just got to brush my teeth. I'll grab something to eat, brush my teeth, get dressed. And if my car needs cleaned off, I go out and clean my car off. I don't have to worry about jumping in the shower because I've already took it. So I just, that's why, and it's easier to take care of the hair. All right, Abby, I thought it was, but I just going to give you a monitor so you can use your Ninja channel whenever you want. You still have the monitor. So I'm glad you're having a live. Mine, I'm also at Elvis. I'm doing my own at Elvis. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be going. But so yeah, it's been a rough month and about a month almost now, about 3 weeks. But Matt Manlin, thank you for coming. We appreciate the raid. Mertz is here as well, and tell Elvie thank you. Like I said, I got her channel up, but I'm not watching it. I just got it up, giving her some watch hours. It's been up since before I started mine, so I know I gave her well over an hour so far, an hour and a half or more. But like I said, I just got it off on the corner on my big TV. And so, yeah. But like I said, we're slowly working towards moving to the Philippines. We will get there. One of the things I want to do, like I said, is I want to get my money situation straightened. I got that started today, so it will be straightened out by the time I'm ready to go. That's all almost completely taken care of. I got to get my a person. I know what I'm going to do. Hey, Rhoda, how you doing? To be my contact person if I have trouble with the bank that will be able to handle it. I've already talked to the person and they said they'll do it. I want to see how they want to do this. Do they want to be a co-listed as a co-owner of the accounts, or do they just want to be listed as a survivor benefit, a beneficiary of the account? And if they do that, then they got to have a power of attorney to go in and deal with any problems, which I know they're willing to do that as well. So I'll just see which way they think is best for them, and that's the route we'll go. And it's a relative. I'll get a hold of him and have him call me, and we'll do it over the phone and see what he wants to do. And we'll get that straightened out and take that on my ear. I don't need it. Nobody's here talking to me. So we'll do that. Yeah, that's my couch over there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that thing in the middle of the couch, that's kind of like what they call it, like a throw blanket or a throw. It's a fancy thing that you cover up. It's I got it for Christmas one year, I believe. It might have been my birthday. Hey, Ian, and my oldest sister and her husband got it for me. I have, as a former sailor, I happen to like lighthouses and ocean, large body of water views. Those are lighthouses. There's a bunch of different ones on that blanket. It's not a blanket you would sleep under. It's something that you'd put over you to keep you warm. Some people put them up on the walls, but I forget what they call them. But yeah, it's not, huh. But why is that way? Yeah, I'm just wondering, on my computer, it shows that you have the wrench for both of yours. On my backup, my Ninja account, it shows that. this one doesn't. Let me see what's going on. Nope, it shows you have it, so we're not going to worry about it. So yeah, like I said, I'm looking forward to retiring next year and move to the Philippines. And like I said, this new bank account knows that's where I'm going. The bank account I'm keeping knows I'm going over there. Both of their credit cards are no international charges for using them overseas. So that's why I got their put in for their credit cards. So we'll see what's going on, how we got to do things, but that's all right. We'll get it done. And so we're just moving forward. We look forward to talking with you guys. And when I get over there, hopefully I can meet up with some of you. Like I said, I'm going to be in Cebu at the first stop. I will visit some other places, whether I decide I want to live in Cebu the rest of my time or not. I will go to some other places. And hopefully anybody that's in those areas that I actually know, hopefully some of us can get together then. And but we'll see. Like I said, it's there's so much to see in Cebu that I know it's going to take me a while to get bored with it. If I have trouble with Cebu, it's going to be either it's too large of a city, because I am a small city boy. City, yes, but small. I mean, when I say city, I mean like 100,000 to 1 million people. Now, when I was younger, I liked those 2, 3, 4 million size cities. But nowadays, I prefer a smaller city. But we'll see. Once I get over there, I may love it because, in a city like Cebu, I won't have to drive. They got plenty of public transportation. I'll get the Grab app, although I don't want to plan on using it too often. But I will get the Grab app. And I will, like I said, get around by mostly public transportation or walking. I'd like to live close enough to walk to a few places that I like. Jollibee, a McDonald's, Bowls Coffee, Starbucks, something like that. And preferably more, a couple or more of those places that I can walk to. I like walking. So if I can walk to a Bowls Coffee or a Starbucks, I'll probably do that at least every other day. Same thing with a McDonald's or Jollibee. I'll probably walk to one of those once, a couple times a week. Because I may want to go to different places to eat as well. But coffee, I am a coffee drinker. So I'll either be drinking coffee at home or I'll go someplace close by and have coffee. Though I want to drink coffee at home when the weather's bad. I would rather go out and get it if I can afford to do that when the weather's nice. I have no... yeah. My problem right now, Michelle, is my foot bothers me more, but hopefully the more last year I hurt my foot, my right foot. And I was walking 10,000 steps or more every day. A lot of times 12, 15,000 steps. I enjoy walking. I have since I was a teenager. I walked a lot, but now I'm trying to build back up to where I can walk more. On the days I work, I walk anywhere between, let's say, 7,000 to 11,000 or more steps a day. The 7 is on like a Wednesday because I don't get to walk as much on Wednesdays because I'm stuck at a desk more on Wednesdays. The other 3 days I get to walk around 10,000 steps, 9 to 12 actually between those days. So I enjoy it. But on my days off, I don't walk as much as I used to because of my foot. But I can still walk, just not as I have to take more breaks. And I hate that. I like to be able to get out and walk 5, 6, 7, 10,000 steps without stopping. I enjoy doing that. Before my foot was bothering me, I could walk 3 miles in an hour and not take a break. Now that's not real fast. There's people walk a whole lot faster than I do. But like I said, I would walk without stopping. I'd walk 3 miles in an hour, and it wouldn't bother me. But now I can't do that, and that frustrates me because I enjoy doing that. And so if I can't get my feet back to where I like it, maybe I'll take up riding bicycles somewhere. Although I wouldn't do that in Cebu. I wouldn't trust myself on a bicycle in the traffic. And I don't mean myself basically as much as myself with the traffic, because I don't know how much I could trust the traffic, because how they drive. Now, Elo, they have the bicycle pass and walking pass that the cars aren't allowed on, and neither are their motorcycles. There, I would trust riding the bike completely. But we'll have to see. I haven't rode a bike in years. I've always preferred to walk over riding a bicycle. I prefer to walk over riding a bus. I used to walk to school instead of taking the school bus. We had a school bus, but I would prefer to walk. I'd walk to school and walk home from school. Like I said, I just prefer to walk. So now we got to see if I can get back into it. So I hope I can. Because some of the places I want to go see, I may have to walk some. Now, I got to build up my stamina for going up and down stairs. I cannot say that I'm going down is really not that hard. It's going back up. So there'll probably be some sites I won't go see, at least not at first, because of the climb, the stairs. But if there's a way to do it, I will. But there's a lot of things you can see without all that. I used to snorkel or skin dive, whatever you want to call it. I took that up in the Philippines back when I was 21. And once I get back over there, I want to get back into that. But I'll buy the equipment over there instead of buying it here and taking it with me. I think it'd be easier just to buy it over there. And so, and I'm a firm believer in diving safely, so I'll have a life vest. I'll buy my own, the kind I want. I'll buy gloves and I'll wear shoes. There's some diving shoes. They're not regular shoes. There's something you put on your feet that'll help protect them when you step on things. But so the fins, and I'll have all that stuff. And I've told a lot of you before, I am susceptible to skin cancer. So I will wear T-shirts that are swim shirts, they call them, that'll block the sun a lot. So I'll be a little more dressed than maybe a lot of foreigners. Probably similar to more Filipinos than foreigners. And not because I'm afraid of getting dark, but I'm afraid I don't want skin cancer. Like I said, that runs in my family. And I've had a spot removed. I've had precancerous spots in my hands and my forehead. And an actual cancer spot removed from my elbow. So that's something I do take seriously. I will wear hats almost in the daytime all the time. I'll have a hat on. That's just to block the sun. I have trying to decide what kind of hat I want to wear. It won't be a hat like this. If you look, that sun would go right through that, and that would burn my top of my head. So I have to have something a little more protective. Now this I could wear at night, and I'd be comfortable. I could wear around if I'm sitting in the shade. But if I'm going to be out in the sun for any length of time, I want to protect my head. Those are things I still got to figure out. Do I want to wear a cowboy hat, which I have cowboy hats? or do I want to wear like a safari hat, which has got a wide brim, and a lot of times I have something that go down over your neck. That's something I'm thinking about. It may look a little goofy, but it'll protect my skin, and so I may go with that. Yeah, it just things I still have to figure out, which I'm willing to figure out. Things I have to do that. That's fine. That's what this time is for. Like I said, I got my banking figured out. Hey Nizzle, how you doing, man? Thank you for coming. And so that's something I gotta, like I said, I gotta still figure out what kind of hat I'm gonna wear. I may take more than one kind, depending on the days of what I want to wear. Because the one I can kind of fold up and take, that's the safari type hat. You can crunch that up and it's not going to really damage it. The cowboy hat, you can't do that to. It'll damage it. So if I take a cowboy hat, I'll have to wear that when I go. And which is what I'm thinking about doing. But yeah, I have so many things to consider, so many things to look forward to. Am I anxious? Yeah. Am I nervous? I'd lie if I said no. I am nervous. I mean, I'm not nervous in that I'm going to a different country. I'm nervous in that how am I going to like it? How am I going to that kind of stuff? I've been away from my family many times for years, so I don't think that'll bother me as much. I do love my family, but like I said, my two sisters still alive live in Terre Haute. I'm in New York. That's over 850, almost 870 miles one way just to go see them. And then when I was in the Navy, I'd go 2 or 3 years without seeing them. That's the whole family. And going on over by myself, well, I've done a lot of things by myself. I'm not worried about that. But it is going into a situation that I've never been in. I mean, yes, I moved from one side of the country to the other by myself. I've been different places by myself. Gone places where I did not know anybody till I got there. But I've never gone to another country by myself without knowing anybody. So that's what we're doing this time. So it is a little nervous or anxious. I do not believe it will hinder me in making the right choices. I do believe I will be either anxious or nervous about it a little bit, but it won't stop me from doing it. I'm not that way. I will do that. The only thing that would stop me would be my health. And I'm still healthy, so we're going to do it unless that changes. And I've never been retired. So what am I going to do with myself? That's one of the reasons why I started the YouTube, to tell you the truth, and it really is. It's something to do when I retire. I've never tried to build this up real large. I never tried to get monetized. I never started this YouTube channel for that reason. I want something to do to get me up off that couch when I retire. So if I go see Magellan's Cross, I've never been there, I'll take a video of it and I'll post it. Now, I know a lot of you in the Philippines will be, another posting about the Magellan Cross. But a lot of the people that follow me here in the States, my relatives and stuff, they've not seen it. They don't follow Filipino bloggers. And so there's places I want to go that I know I want to go, and I want to go take videos of, like the Venice Grand Canal in Manila, the Venice Grand Canal Mall. I want to see that. I really want to see that place. The World War II cemetery that the U.S. maintains in Manila. I want to see that. So I will go to Manila sometime, and I'll go see those things. And Leyte, there's the Marker 44, I think it's called. It's where Douglas MacArthur came ashore when he came back to the Philippines. I've seen that statue and stuff, but I want to go see it for myself. Seen it because somebody else showed it to you. To me, if I enjoyed it, then I want to see it in person. So I'm going to go see it. So, like I said, other people's vlogs give me an idea of what I want to go see. Some of them show things I don't have any interest in. Some of them show me stuff that would be like, hey, I've not seen that. I think that looks like fun. And I'll want to go see it. And that's what it's about. Like I said, I'm going to go, eventually I'm going to go to this. I was telling Jerry about this new Mexican restaurant that's close to me. I'm going to go to that restaurant, and I'll check with them and see if they mind if I do a video, and I'll put it up. Now, I just don't know when I'm going to go. It won't be this week. I got too much going on. But that is a video I will do later. And I will put it up. As long as you don't mind if I do it. Jonah Lynn, thank you for coming. I hope you're having a good day. So that's what's going on in my life right now. Like I said, I'm still dealing emotionally somewhat with the loss of my two sisters. And that will go on for quite a while in different ways, at different times. And that's the way it is. I mean, like I said, you lose a loved one. It takes a while to get over. And each one of us deal with that separately, differently. I dealt different with my father's loss than I did with my mother. And the main reason for that is my mom was ready to go. My dad was only 61. And I know he would have loved to have been able to live longer if he could have been healthier. He'd have loved it even more. And it's like my brother, Jim, he was only 37 when he passed. That was tough. My brother Gary was only 56. And that was tough. Like I said, both my sisters are tough because, they, compared to our mother, they were young. And I know they would have loved to stick around. Like I said, my oldest sister, her and her husband would have been celebrating their 59th wedding anniversary this December. She had 2 sons and 2 grandsons. The oldest grandson is working on his master's, planning on going to, I don't know if he's going to stay at the same school he's at now, but probably not. He wants to get his PhD in English Lit, and he'd like to become a professor in English Lit. And a friend of mine is a English Lit professor. She teaches English literature, and that friend was a great friend with my oldest sister. They were real close. They would talk about anything and everything with each other. So I took her with me to go to my sister's funeral, and my great nephew Max and her talked about the education and what he needs to do. And she said if he needed any kind of information and any help she can give him, she'd do it. But yeah, my oldest sister and this friend, I've known this friend for 36 years. We're just friends. So I hope nobody holds that against me when I go overseas, because she plans on coming to visit me sometime, maybe, if she, depending on how things go. And I'll have her stay with me. I'll have a 2-bedroom apartment. By that time, I'll rent a 2-bedroom apartment, and she can have the spare bedroom. Her daughter calls me Uncle Larry. Like I said, we go way back. And like I said, her and my sister were just thick as thieves. Talk about anything with each other. And whenever she needed advice, she'd call my oldest sister. She thought of her as her oldest sister, her mentor in many ways. And so it was very tough on both of us, more so on me, if you want to know the truth. I'll be honest, it was my sister. But yeah, like I said, the last 3 weeks has been real tough. It'll get easier as we go, but it'll take a while. But anyway, hey, I've been rambling on for over an hour and a half, and it doesn't seem like anybody else wants to come up. And I'm running out of things to talk, and my voice is good. I need something to drink. I don't have anything to drink right here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. I want to thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. Please keep myself and my family in your prayers that we deal with this tragedy that we're going through. And also pray that I will be able to make it to the Philippines and retire next year. So I need your thoughts and prayers on that as well. So anyway, I want to thank you all for coming. God bless you. Anybody want to drop 3 L's before I close? Go ahead and do that now. I'll give you a little bit of time to get it done. But if you drop the 3 L's, my Nightbot will drop your links. And like I said, and I will be on here again unless something happens next Saturday, same time. For especially in the Philippines, it'll be the same time all the time. I'm going to try to keep it strictly at 8 a.m. when I stop. And Tay, how you doing, Tay? I'm getting ready to shut down. And but if you want to drop your link to your channel, type in LLL. And so, because like I said, I'm going to shut it down here in just a moment. I've been going for about an hour and a half. I start at 8 o'clock in the Philippines. And that will always be the time I start. Whenever it's 8 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning in the Philippines, that's when I'll start my live stream. It may be a couple of minutes before, a couple of minutes after, but I try for 8 o'clock. And so we'll be doing that here pretty. But like I said, I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. Call it a live stream. I've been going for almost an hour and 40 minutes. But I want to thank everybody for coming. Like I said, keep me in your thoughts and prayers as I deal with the loss of my 2 sisters. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers for my so that I can retire and move to the Philippines next year. That I'll be able to pull that off, because that is my goal right now. I don't see me not being able to do it, but there's an old saying: if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. So God knows my plans, and it'll be up to him if I can keep them. So pray that he'll let me keep those plans. And I'll see you all next week. Remember now to be kind to each other. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Plus, have fun. Bye. Take care.